So last season, when a guy brought two girls plates, it was a whole issue. This season, it's a buy one get one free special, baby. You get a plate, you get a plate, you get a plate. Everybody get a plate. Hey everybody, welcome and welcome back to the channel. It's your girl Movie Bae, and in this video, I'm going to be doing a review over Love Island USA Season 7, Episode 6. Okay, bye-bye, baby. Okay, we have to make some choices in this episode, and we choosing that. Okay, we choosing that. But before we get into it, I would like for you all to consider subscribing to the channel. Here on Movie Bae, I do reviews, reactions, and commentary to movies and television. And if that's the type of content you like, then you're in the right place. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Turn on the post notification bell so you can be alerted every time I drop. And of course, engage with the video, you guys. Give it a thumbs up. Drop your thoughts and opinions in the comment section down below. Help your girl out. All right, we trying to grow the channel. I've already gotten about 45 subscribers this week alone since I started doing Love Island. A majority of those subscribers came from Love Island. So thank y'all so much for stopping by, checking out the channel, and hitting the subscribe button to stick around. So if you're new, be a part of the gang, squad. Okay, now let's go ahead and get into the review. Y'all already know how we do it. We're gonna start with the storylines, and then we got to get to the recoupling because tea. Okay. Tea. All right, so let's go ahead and start with these boring couples first. Now it's not the boring couples, but the more solidified couples. All right, let's start with Jeremiah and Huda. So the episode actually started off this way with Huda and Jeremiah were kind of recapping the challenge, and she was like all up in his face like, I knew you wasn't kissing her back. Were you kissing her back? It looked like you were just trying to make it look like that you were kissing her back, but you really weren't kissing her back. And I was like, calm down, sis. No, he wasn't really kissing her back for real. I mean, he kissed her back, but she definitely was working overtime. I can't agree with Huda on that. But Jeremiah basically just restated, like, you know, like, yes, I kissed her, but I'm not gonna give her my all. It's just a challenge. I'm just trying to participate. I would never disrespect you. And honestly, Jeremiah, we can appreciate you for that. All right. So Jeremiah also has a chat with Amaya in this episode, and immediately I could tell that they don't have chemistry because granted, I don't really care for Amaya this episode because that girl can talk. And when I say she can talk and she can over talk people. And it was a lot of them over talking each other in this particular scene, but it wasn't even like excited to talk. So everybody's talking at the same time. It was more like a kind of like arguing. So I was like, yeah, they weren't gonna mesh well anyways. And Amaya was like, well, thank you for letting me know that you're not interested. I'm not even gonna waste my time about it. Chunks up the deuces and leaves, right? Now, while Amaya and Jeremiah are having their conversation, Ace is actually talking to Huda, and Ace is speaking for the people, okay? Ace for president. Ace was letting Huda know, you do know we're only 4 days in, right? And not Huda replied with, you know I don't care, right? I said, I'll be... This girl is too far gone. She is gone, honey. But I shout out to Ace for keeping it real and letting Huda know to her face, like, one, you're doing too much. Outside looking in, you're doing too much. And people don't even feel comfortable enough to approach you because you all of Jeremiah. And in the same conversation, she's saying that she's open, and if people do pull her for a conversation, she'll have it. And I'm like, that's not what you give off, though, sis. And then in the same breath, she was very contradictory in this conversation with Ace, because she also stated that she won't get mad if people pull Jeremiah for a chat. It's just going to be weird. And I'm like, yeah, you will get mad, because when Cierra first got to the island and she pulled Jeremiah for a chat, you went around stalking and hawking, and I'm going to sit here and make sure that he could see me. And then in the middle of the conversation, you go snatch him up. Like, yeah, you do mind. Yes, you do. You're delusional. Huda thinks she's one way and she's actually another. And Jeremiah run. Jeremiah run. Speaking of running, I don't think Jeremiah's gonna run too far because they end up in the shower together. When I had to rewind the scene because I was like, not in the shower, but when I rewind the episode, I feel like this music too loud, y'all. I feel like I'm yelling over the music. I feel like I'm talking like Amaya. But I had to rewind it. But Jeremiah did have his like boxer briefs on in the shower. I don't know if they came off later, but if they did, Jeremiah, you know, old girl fertile. So be careful. Let's see. The next morning, Amaya states to Huda that, you know, Jeremiah made it pretty certain that he's all about you and I'm no longer interested. And then after Amaya tells Huda that, now Huda wants to be all, oh hugging and all the bitch girl. You got me cussing. It's only been 5 minutes into this video. Huda is crazy. I hate to call a woman crazy, but girl. Let's go ahead and get to our next couple, Olandria and Taylor. I said this last episode is definitely giving just friend vibe. I honestly think that they're only paired up because they're not interested in anybody else on the island. It is honestly kind of like Huda and Jeremiah. Like, I like you enough, so I'm gonna stay with you. You know what I'm saying? I mean, Huda and Jeremiah has, toxicity at it, but Taylor and Olandria is just like, yeah, like we chilling. You know what I'm saying? Olandria also said that in real life, she is a slow, quote unquote, burner, like a slow burner. And she said, today we're even sitting closer. And then the camera panned out. And I was like, but y'all far as hell. Like, y'all are nowhere near each other. This is the closer. But like I stated with Austin and Chelley, friends first is a good thing. Like Ace said, it's only 4 days, 4 or 5 days at this point. We still should be just trying to get to know each other. But I think y'all could definitely sit closer. I'm just saying. All right, sorry about that. But she also stated that when a relationship starts physical, that's all it's going to be. That's a great segue. So we can start talking about Charlie and Hannah. All right, Charlie and Hannah. Charlie is too horny. That's what I put in my notes. Charlie is too horny. Always wants a kiss. That's what I said. Like, Hannah can't even say 2 sentences without him all up in her face trying to get a kiss. I really want to kiss you now, though. And then they start kissing, and it's like, bruh, sir, what is there a Charlie? I don't know. I honestly don't like Charlie for Hannah. I don't. I feel like they're cute. I feel like Hannah's cute, and I feel like Charlie just wants some type of sexual affection. That's honestly, yeah. I know. No. And the whole group is like watching them. And Chelley is celebrating. Yeah, woo. I said Chelley is celebrating that kiss so he could finally get off of her and leave her alone. Please, Charlie, kiss Hannah and don't try to force your kisses on me anymore, please. All right, let's continue, shall we? Y'all, this little thing right here, I was wrecking my brain on how I should do this PowerPoint with all of them, because it's kind of like Ace likes Chelley and Amaya, okay? And Amaya likes Ace and Austin likes Amaya and Chelley. So I was like, how am I going to do this slideshow? Okay, we just going to put all 4 of them on the same slide. This was a mess. But honestly, this is how it should be on Love Island week 1. We're getting to know everybody. We're starting to build bonds and connections. Everybody for everybody right now. So let's see if I could organize this. I try to organize to the best of my ability with my notes. But let's start with Ace and Chelley. Okay. So I put in my notes that Ace and Chelley finally have a quote unquote cute conversation. Meaning, I know that there is chemistry between Ace and Chelley. I'm not oblivious to that. However, people try to ship them and I'm like, hell no. But this conversation I was like, okay, they kind of cute, okay. But also, we learned in this conversation that Ace don't know nothing about Chelley for real. She was like, what's my name? No, I was playing. When's my birthday? No, but she had a tattoo that says made in Miami. And he was like, you from Miami? It's like, no, bitch, I'm from, what do you know about me? And everything he said was geography-wise. You from Miami, but you travel back and forth to New York. Like, nigga, what? Like, so you hawking my moves? Like, what are you talking about? Like, what do you know about me for real? Okay, so he decided, okay, let's just start over. Damn, nigga, this is my 3rd time meeting you now. I met you at the club. I met you on day 1, and now you want to reintroduce yourself? Quit playing, bruh. Let's actually talk about something, bruh. So he asked her, like, what's her passion or whatever. And she was like, dancing, singing, writing. He's like, oh, you can sing? And I said, you can sing? Here goes Chelley. He said, sing something. She said, okay. I said, oh, Chelley about to sing. She said, I said, bitch, bye. That was the cute part of the conversation. And then that's about where it ends. So then Ace and Amaya have a conversation, but she does ask a question that kind of made me like, look at Ace like, what? She asked him like, what's like the most romantic date you've ever planned? And he said that he flew a girl out and he had everything set up. I guess it was like a private jet because he said he had everything on the seat, unless it maybe was the seat of the car, like when she got there. But he was like, roses, the candy, da da da. I'm like, okay, that's cute. And then I was like, ain't this 22? Damn. Okay, Ace. Okay, Ace. But like G has been saying, like Ace is mature. I feel like he's mentally and emotionally mature. He the only one that's been talking about how people ain't been cleaning up after themselves. When Nick ran across them beds with his shoes off, I knew Ace wanted to say something like, get your dirty feet off my bed. Like, I know he wanted to say something. And he's kind of like the Dr. Phil, as he referenced himself, Dr. Phil of the group. Like, yeah, Taylor said everybody be coming to him, but I feel like Ace is the one really dishing out real ish. You know what I'm saying? So I guess and he be cooking for real. Like, Ace is he's a grown 22. However, he's still a grown man 22, which means he's still young for Chelley. How old is Amaya? I think Amaya's 25, so that's not too much of an age gap. Ace also states how he likes that Amaya straight up came to him like, hey, I'm interested in you. And he likes that, assertiveness. However, Chelley challenges him. And that's what an older woman will do, boo. That's what we will do. Okay, we're going to challenge you. We're going to push you to your limits. You're going to have to really be on your P's and Q's when rocking with somebody older, especially as older as Chelley is. But some guys like the easy way out, so we'll get to that later though. Let's go ahead and get into Austin and Amaya. Damn. Let me count how many times that I wrote on here. She talks so much. 1, 2, 3, like, I don't know. Okay, I'm gonna stop saying it. But their conversation, Austin and Amaya's conversation, I said it's goofy in a corny way. It's like, yeah, they vibing and laughing and kikiing, but it was in a cringy way. And then let's talk about the kiss. The kiss looked painful. The kiss looked like an elementary kiss, like middle school kiss, like my first kiss type. Like, what? It looked like it hurt. Maybe because he ain't got no lips. I don't know. Towards the end of the episode, towards the end of this little powwow session or whatever, Chelley pulls Austin for a chat, and Austin's such a gentleman. He's like, hey, let me get this plate for you. Whoop-de-whoop. They go move and chat. And she didn't pull Charlie, so I guess Charlie knew that it's a wrap. It's a wrap for you, baby. So Chelley pulls Austin, and, once again, they basically talk about how they're opening up and becoming more comfortable with each other. Please, producer, send Chelley's matching to the island. Please help my girl out. She's starting to settle, and I don't want my girl to settle. Okay. Last but not least, let's talk about the love triangle. Y'all know at the end of last episode, I was pissed. He owed at Nicholas because how he did my girl Cierra was so wrong. He was kissing, making out with Bella in Soul Ties, went to pull Cierra for a chat, made a toast to our second day as a couple, and then tongued her down in the photo booth. I didn't like that, Nick. I didn't like that at all. So today, Nick is still, 50-50 with both girls, but he said he wants to stop calling it that. He just wants to say that he's fully invested, which makes no sense, into both girls. And he said, most guys would like having multiple girls. He said, but it's actually hard having two girls that care about you. So I guess that still makes Nick human. He know he messed up. He know what he did was wrong, and he knows that he needs to make a choice before somebody ends up getting hurt. When Nick has his conversation with Bella, I feel like they're comfortable with each other. However, what was shown in the past, 5 episodes, is just that they're comfortable with each other. And that's about as far as it goes. You know what I'm saying? Does that make sense? Like, it's just like, you're cute, I'm cute. Oh, now you putting out. So I'm cool with that too. His physical language is, his love language is physical touch. So she's going to be up on him. And that's really about as far as it goes. Now, when he had his conversation with Cierra, granted the past 2 days, or last night and tonight, Cierra has been reiterating, like, I very much still am interested in you, but I want you to make sure of your feelings. You know what I'm saying? If it's me or not, I want you to be 100%. So when you do choose me, if you do choose me, I know that it's 100% me. You know what I'm saying? This made me, I guess I'll say this part at the end, but this made me, I like Nick and Cierra, I do. But when she was having this conversation, this is the second time she had this conversation with him. And Bella ain't talking about this at all. Bella's just vibing. When it's me and you, it's me and you. Cierra is very much so expressing her feelings and very much so aware of the fact that it could be me or somebody else. But I want it to be me. And I want you to choose me. But I want you to choose me only if you really want me, type ish. And when she had this conversation, it reminded me of a time when I was in high school. Okay, story time. It reminded me of a time when I was in high school and I was talking to this guy, and we was kicking it, we was having fun. We're not in a relationship, we just dated. And then he told me that he has also started dating or talking to another girl, and I was actually cool with this girl, like not besties, but we was cool or whatever. And he was like, I really like both of y'all. Like, I just really don't know. And I looked at him and I said, well, if you have to choose between her and me, don't choose me. But like, nigga, if you really gotta think that hard about it, don't choose me, please. Because that means you don't like me enough. Because if it's an option, choose her. Choose her. And that's exactly what he did. Because no, thank you. I'll pass. And it made me wish that Cierra had done the same thing. Because I like Nick and Cierra, but I don't want, if Nick hurt Cierra, bro, I'ma hurt Nick, bro. No, I'm just kidding. It's just a show. Yeah, I think that's all I got on them. So let's go ahead and get to the recoupling. All right. Just kidding. Commercial break. Before we get into that, please make sure that y'all are thumbs up in the video, especially if you've made it this far. That means you're enjoying my commentary. So go ahead and hit that thumbs up button. Leave your thoughts and opinions in the comment section down below. What are your thoughts about Huda finally becoming a girl's girl now that she no longer has competition? What do y'all think about that, like, quadruple triangle square octagon between Chelley, Ace, Amaya, and Austin? Lord have mercy, that made my head hurt. And of course, we gotta talk about the love triangle: Nick, Cierra, and Bella. All right. Hit the subscribe button. Make sure y'all stick around for more Love Island reviews. Boom. All right. So the Islanders receive a text that there is a recoupling tonight, and the guys are going to be choosing. So if you did not join me on my live on Saturday, first I'll shout out to everybody who joined me on my live on Saturday. I told y'all that I was nervous about it, but y'all really made me feel at home back into my going live days, because I haven't been live solo in about a year. So thank y'all so much for coming out, being a part of the live, really engaging. And thanks for everybody who was a part of the rewatch gang. I got a lot of subscribers. What? I got a lot of subscribers off of that live. So we definitely gonna keep that going every Saturday. However, in that live, we were making our predictions for the recoupling. I can't remember your name, but somebody stated, like, the guys are gonna pick because it's more girls than guys. So a girl's gonna go home. In every scenario, it always came down between Bella and Cierra. Or I said Amaya and Chelley. I'm too good at this shit. We're producers, okay? We're the producers, all right? So let's go ahead and talk about the actual recoupling, okay? Oh, let me get my big face off the screen. Oops, there we go. Okay. Jeremiah chooses Huda. Duh. He want to play stepdaddy. Do the stepdaddy. Do the stepdaddy. You ain't my daddy. Shut up. Y'all remember that song? If you're part of I'm sure you remember that song, okay? But Jeremiah chooses Huda. No surprise there. It sounded like he was giving out his wedding vows. We should really... I feel like something's wrong with us, you guys. I feel like we should really be rallying around Jeremiah and Huda, two people that found each other in the villa. But for some reason, a lot of us are repulsed by their connection. Granted, I think Jeremiah should run because Huda is a little bit cuckoo. But part of me is like, why do I hate love? Am I bitter? Are we hating on them, y'all? Are we hating on Huda and Jeremiah? Taylor chooses Olandria, and like I stated earlier, we'll see if the friends first thing works for them, but both of them are definitely just waiting till somebody else better comes onto the island. They have no other option. We might as well stick it out together. Okay. Charlie and Hannah, Charlie chooses Hannah, and it's just a sexual connection. Who else was Charlie gonna rock with? Bella wasn't rocking with him. Chelley, thank God he caught the clue that Chelley is rocking with him. Hannah the only one really giving him play, so not really surprised by that. This is the gag. And the gag is, when Ace was giving his reason to who he was going to choose, I was like, he better choose Chelley. He better choose Chelley. And when he chose Amaya, I literally screamed. He chose Amaya. Now, two things about this. One, some guys like the easier way out. He says Chelley challenges his mind. Maybe he ain't trying to be challenged. That's number one. Number two, I feel like Ace wants the full Love Island experience, and he doesn't want to hurt Chelley in the process. Because if he's coupled up with Chelley, I feel like he's going to not want to hurt her. You know what I'm saying? And that means he won't be able to try out all the bombshells. So I feel like he wants to be respectful. That's number two. Number three, I feel like Ace is playing a long game. Regardless if it's a real connection or just purely competition, I feel like he's pulling that will they, won't they storyline. And he might couple up with Chelley at the very end, you know? Or like if she's really on the verge of going home, then he'll couple up with her type ish. You know what I'm saying? But I was definitely gagged by this. Because I was just like, my girl Chelley bet not go home. If Ace, if you send Chelley home, you will no longer be the fan favorite, Ace. Or not send her home, but you know, inadvertently. So Austin comes in with the save, and he chooses Chelley because he really wanted to choose Amaya. I feel like he has more of a connection with Amaya with that big goofy asses, but you know, she was taken. So, and my viewers, my subbies told me that once somebody is taken in a recoupling, you cannot play snatchies. So I said, oh, okay. So once they gone, they gone. So Austin had to stay with his pair with Chelley. And I was like, as long as she's still in the house, I could care less. All right. And for some reason, people are surprised at who Nick chose. So when Nick stood up, he's giving his reasonings. Both could apply to either girl. However, when he said, when we shared the moment in the photo booth, everybody jaw dropped. I said, that's my bitch. That's my bitch. He was in the photo booth with Cierra. And then I was like, hold on. Let me find out. They about to insert a clip of Nicholas in the photo booth with Bella. I was going to be upset. But no, he decides to choose Cierra. And let me tell y'all why I'm happy. Because I uploaded a short and I said, bye, bad baby Bella. And I got a couple of dislikes on that short. I guess some people are Team Bella. But let me tell y'all why Nick chose up. Because he doesn't have chemistry. I mean, not chemistry. He doesn't have anything more than a physical connection with Bella. That's why he chose Cierra. And I'm just happy that he was mature enough to understand that. However, something in my spirit is upset, like deep down in my spirit. Something in my spirit is upset that Nick chose Cierra because I know that Nick is going to do the fool at Casa Amor and he gonna disrespect my girl. I know it. And I don't want to see him do her wrong. I really don't. So, bye, Bella, and your black scent. Adios. You will not be missed by me. No, ma'am. Not by me. She was a very beautiful girl. Don't get me wrong. Bella, if you ever run across this review, Bella, like I said last video, you dropped your morals in order to try to keep that man. And that's why you lost. And hopefully, sis, coming from a person who has practiced celibacy, coming from me, don't do that. But you're young. You're young. You're going to live and you're going to learn. Never. Because the only reason why she did that, doing all that kissing and touching last minute, it was a Hail Mary to try to keep her man. And he still didn't choose you. You know what I'm saying? That's why you don't compromise yourself for that. You don't compromise yourself for others. You stay true to you. And if it's for you, it's going to be for you at the end of the day. Boom. All right. Before I wrap this up, you guys, I want to talk about what's going to happen next week's episode. Next week's episode, Olandria. I'm trying to like you. I'm trying so hard because you know I'm rooting for everybody black. I'm trying so hard, but girl, you're making it hard. Olandria, what you did was messy. So she gonna go up in the makeup room, just running her big ass yapper. Oh, I didn't know who he was gonna choose because he was just tonguing Bella down in Soul Ties. Oh, yes, bitch, I'm right here. So my issue with Olandria, and of course I got to see the full clip, but from what I seen, that was messy. Because that's something that you do one-on-one with Chelley. You know what I'm saying? Like that's like some, ooh girl, I got some tea for your ass. Like that's something like that. If you do it like that. You don't come to the full group and announce tea because everybody might not know that. And then Cierra is right there. Because if you care for Cierra, you would have pulled her to the side yesterday and told her. If you care for Cierra, you would have put her out the makeup room and told her by herself. You came in just running your mouth. You ain't got nothing going on for you in the villa, so you in everybody else's business. I don't like that, Olandria. I don't like that, sister. I don't like that. Do better. All right? Well, you guys, thank y'all so much for tuning into my channel. Thank you for tuning into the video. Please, 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 if you liked what you heard, if you liked what you saw, if you enjoyed the commentary, hit the subscribe button. I'm gonna be here every day, episodic reviews. We go on live on Saturday again to talk about the week, the whole entire week, the drama of the week, okay? So make sure you hit the subscribe button, turn on your post notification bells. I also have a playlist. I have reviewed love shows before. Love is Blind, The Ultimatum, last season's Love Island. So make sure y'all check out the playlist. It's gonna be linked at the end as well. Like the video if you haven't done so already. And of course, leave your thoughts and opinions in the comment section down below. I will see y'all next time. Bye.